someday.
Many people across the country came out against the images of hate and intolerance seen during a white nationalist and Ku Klux Klan rally held 2 weeks ago in Charlottesville, Virginia. The scenes were shocking to see, and they reminded many of dark days from the past. They were also a motivation for many to stand up and to resist hate.
It was rage that this could happen in this country. As a Jew, seeing that, it was just absolutely horrible, and we, as far as we go.
I immediately felt that we needed to respond in some very powerful way because as my people were killed, so millions of people were killed by the Nazis, and we just could not stand idly by and watch that same kind of hatred permeate our society again. And in Judaism we say never again, which is our sign that to each other, our dog whistle to each other, so to speak, that we need to stand up whenever this sort of hatred becomes prevalent in any society, not just about Jews, but for anybody. So we feel it's important to love our neighbor as ourselves, and when one group is attacked, to stand up for all peoples, because we believe that all peoples are made in the image of God.
Locally, there were a number of events, including a vigil in Bedford the Monday after the Charlottesville rally.
On Monday, that Monday, Congressman Seth Moulton was going to speak at a town hall in Bedford at Bedford High School, so we thought that was the perfect opportunity for the members of the Bedford Interfaith clergy to get together and sponsor a vigil right after he spoke. And so he was nice enough to come out, to cut his town hall short and come out himself and speak to us, speak to the crowd. We had somebody singing songs, and it was a really wonderful feeling.
Unlike what was seen in the rally and counter-protest in Virginia, the local vigil had an atmosphere of love and camaraderie.
Well, there was a wonderful feeling among the crowd. I think there were over 200 people there, and everybody was really yearning to stand up and be with each other and support each other, to stand up to hate and say no to hate, and to just, again, raise our values as Americans, that all are created equal. So, and the singing really added a tremendous amount, just the presence of all clergy and members of different faiths standing together in front of everybody was a wonderful sign to the whole community.
The vigil was not the only gathering to show peace, love, and tolerance. On Friday, Temple Shalom Emeth opened its doors to all people for an interfaith dinner.
So members of the Burlington clergy felt that we wanted to do something more than just stand in a public place at a vigil standing together in silence or singing together. We wanted to act out our beliefs. So we decided to have a meal where people could sit together, get to know each other, people from different faith communities, and really raise our values in that even more profound way. So we had about over 60 people here in the temple, members of different faith communities. We had different people from different faith communities speak. We had somebody singing songs, and the most powerful moment of that evening for me is that at the end, after everybody finished speaking, and we sang "We Shall Overcome," and when we sang "We Shall Overcome," people immediately rose from their seats and stood around the room holding hands in one huge circle all around the social hall. And I could tell that people weren't done singing. They just felt like the real need to continue to sing. So we ended up singing 5 or 6 songs instead of the 2 that we had planned.
So what was the takeaway from events such as the Peace Vigil and the Interfaith Dinner? What do religious leaders hope people learn from such action?
It's very important to our own community and our own congregation here to send a very clear message locally that we will not tolerate such actions, and we will stand up for justice for everybody.
We will not let hate overtake our society, and we will continue to stand up for our values as Americans and people of goodwill and people who love one another, and stand by the American principle that all are created equal.
At Temple Shalom Emeth, I'm B News Director Rich Hosford.